What is going on, guys? Miles here, and yesterday we saw the new DLC multiplayer maps for Infinite Warfare. This DLC map pack is called Sabotage and it's going to be available on January the 31st, 2017 on PS4. Let's check it out.
We are so excited for fans to get their hands on the first DLC of the season.
We've been listening to your feedback and we have so much more to come. We've got 4 intense maps and a brand new zombie experience.
One of the great things about DLC is it gives us the first opportunity to address what the players are looking for and what things can be improved upon in the Infinite Warfare experience.
We get a lot of feedback across social media, forums, everywhere. It's been really cool to see everything from beta up till now, the requests. So you're gonna see drastic changes and things you love brought into these new maps.
Noir is a dark, grimy, moody Brooklyn from the distant future.
On one side, you spawn under the Brooklyn Bridge, which is kind of gritty. And then the exact opposite side of the map, it's a little bit nicer. There's cafes and parks. And then in the middle, it's just a war zone.
Neon is a virtual training simulator for urban warfare. It's a Z-shaped map with a long sight line down the middle, a high B point up on a ledge, and a close quarters area in a nightclub in the third lane.
When you run around, cars will generate players. When they die, they will dissolve into a mess of polygons. It's a very interesting and fun play space to be in. One of the maps in DLC 1 that we are pretty excited about is called Renaissance. It takes place in Venice. It's a very tight quarters, very fast gameplay.
If you like to snipe, you're gonna love the church lane. If you like to run and gun with your shotgun or your SMG, you're gonna love skating through the interiors and engaging players. And if you're a mobile mid-ranger, you're gonna love taking your assault rifle onto the streets.
Another map we have is called Dominion, and it's a Modern Warfare 2 remake of the classic map AFGHAN. This time it takes place on Mars.
AFGHAN is such a revered map, not just amongst the fans, but also among everybody at Infinity Ward. It has a lot of different identifiable landmarks that everybody can remember: the crash ship, the AA guns on the hill. And we knew it was kind of an easy transition over to Infinite Warfare's theater of war.
And players can now boost jump up to the lookout and counter snipers with close range engagements.
The first map we're going to be looking at is called Noir, which I actually really like the design of, and it's based in Brooklyn. It's sort of futuristic Brooklyn, obviously, because Infinite Warfare is like 100 years into the future, but it looks really cool and it looks sort of modern. There's a couple of modifications which obviously make it a little futuristic, but it's not like way over the top futuristic, and it's not like flying buildings and stuff, which would be absolutely ridiculous. But one good thing about Noir is that it's actually a typical like 3-lane map, which makes it really good for competitive, and it could actually be played on competitive Call of Duty. And this new map actually sounds really balanced, which I like to see, so a lot of weapons are actually going to be viable on it, like your shotguns, assault rifles and snipers. We then have the map Neon, which is a digitalized training center, and this is probably my least favorite map out of this DLC from what we've seen so far, because one weird thing about this map is that like objects can actually spawn whilst you're running down the area, which is kind of weird to see. So you're just running down this like path and then a car could just spawn in front of you, as you saw in the trailer, and I don't really like the sound of that. It just seems really weird, and I think it'll disrupt the gameplay a lot. The third map which we have is called Renaissance, which sounds pretty interesting, and one thing I noticed about this map is how it doesn't seem to be very vertical, so it looks like it's going to be very difficult to wall run on the walls because of the design, and it also looks like you won't be able to get into like the 3rd floor of a building just because of the way they are designed. So this could lead to a very like classic Call of Duty style, which I'm looking forward to. And finally, the last map we have, which is the one I'm most looking forward to, is Dominion, which is actually a remake from the map AFGHAN from Modern Warfare 2. Now, AFGHAN is not like the most popular map in Modern Warfare 2, it's not like your high-rise or your terminal, but I think it will be a pretty good map for Infinite Warfare because it does seem to be fairly open, which you sort of need with the new movement system. So I'm really looking forward to this because Modern Warfare 2 was my first ever Call of Duty, and it'll be interesting to see how it actually plays on the new movement system. But there we have it. That is a quick preview of all 4 of the multiplayer maps which are coming to Infinite Warfare on January the 31st on PS4. It'll be around like 30 days later on Xbox One and PC, so like your late February or your early March. But let me know which map is your favourite down in the comments below, and if you guys haven't already, remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more Infinite Warfare videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video.